I'm Dory from PSFK, the site where we bring inspiration to creative professionals. Today, that inspiration comes in the form of an interview with Voyurl founder Adam Leibsohn. Voyurl is a new content recommendation system that gives users what they want just by looking at their browsing habits. Hope you enjoy.
Okay. Voyurl is a service that allows you to discover new content and also get insight into your own personal analytics just by sharing the things that you click on all day long in a passive manner. So basically, effective today, we've revamped the whole service from the code base to the UX and to even like some of the algorithms we're using. The first iteration that we put out was really kind of a proof of concept. We wanted to see, one, if we could build the tech to make it work that would be sustainable and scalable. And we also wanted to see if people were comfortable sharing all of this information out in the open all the time. What we found out is that plenty of people are actually quite comfortable with it. We have over 4 million links that have been shared with us since we launched just a few months ago, and a few thousand users around the world who spent in aggregate like 7.5 years and counting active with our tech, like browsing the web. So people do want to share, but then there's other half that is a little bit more trepidatious about that. And I think we were aware of the fact that when we were exposing these clickstreams, we knew that we were exposing data that already exists about you online that you don't get to see. But it wasn't necessarily as clear to people who were using the service. It looked like we were sort of spying on them. We obviously we're not spying on you because we just want you to enjoy what other people are doing and what you're doing and see if you can gain from the data that's sort of passively generated all day long. But we had to do a little bit more work for folks because we were just sort of hooking them up to the fire hose. You'd log in, you'd get a huge stream of stuff, and you'd have to make sense of it all for yourself. And instead of making users do all the work, we realized we should stop making users do all the heavy lifting. And when we started to think about it a little bit harder, we realized that a lot of platforms and a lot of services and applications, whether they're web apps or mobile apps or whatnot, start turning their users into sensors. You know, rate this, or tell us how you felt about this movie, or you know, did you buy this thing or that thing, and thumbs up or thumbs down, and plus or minus. And we just sort of got to the point where we thought to ourselves, well, maybe we should all be smart enough that like tech can do more for us while making people do less. So we wanted to build it from the ground up with that sort of foundation in it. The best thing about it is the data set that we want to use is really robust because it's natural, it's passive, it's true, it's honest. It's what you click. And if we keep it private, then it doesn't matter. So that was the second bit, was actually do less work. Like as a user, you don't have to do anything. But also, how do we make you comfortable sharing? And the way we did that is by creating what we're calling like an antisocial social network. Essentially, we're not really concerned with who you are. We're actually really, really fascinated by how you browse the web. So if we can separate your identity from that behavior, then we don't really need to expose you, per se. We just need to socialize all of that behavior. So if we put all these similar behaviors together, then we also don't need you to socialize your social graph. We don't need you to OAuth or connect anything. We don't need you to friend or follow anybody. We don't need you to find anyone. We'll actually do all the work for you because your behavior can be self-selecting. And if that's the case, then basically you sign up once, you install the plugin once, and everything else works.